This is the story of a guy who traded his kidney for an iPhone. In 2011, a young man from one of the poorest and most disadvantaged areas of China dreamed of owning an iPhone, a luxury that seemed completely out of reach. His family couldn't afford such a thing, and he knew that his dream would remain just that, a dream. But for him, as a schoolboy, showing off such a purchase in front of his peers meant a lot, and it seemed to represent true success. The iPhone wasn't just a gadget, it was a symbol of status that could instantly elevate him in the eyes of others. It would mean that he too could be successful, just like those who already owned such items. He tried to find any way to make his dream a reality. One day, while browsing the internet, he came across an offer to sell a kidney for money. The amount they offered was more than he'd ever seen in his life. He thought to himself, really? Why do I need two kidneys? This decision seemed like the only way to get what he wanted, the only way to obtain the item he had longed for. The surgery took place in a completely unlicensed and illegal clinic, which he learned about through shady middlemen. All of this was kept secret from his parents, whom he feared would never approve of such a deal. His mother found out what happened only when he returned home with the new iPhone. It was a shock to her, and the first question she asked was, "Where did you get the money?" But the boy was proud of himself, believing he had finally proven to himself and others that he too could achieve what he dreamed of. He told her he had sold his kidney, and now he not only had an iPhone but also an iPad. But his joy was short-lived, as soon after everything became clear, the surgery had been performed illegally, and he was paid only around $3.00 for his kidney. To him, it seemed like a lot of money, and he managed to buy the latest iPhone model at the time, the fourth version, along with the second iPad. But all of this came at the cost of his health and his life. The story quickly spread in the media, and soon the whole world knew about it. People began to discuss how he managed to get those things and what a terrible price he paid for it. When his mother found out that her son had become part of this horrible deal, she immediately called the police, and soon all the participants in the operation were arrested. During the investigation, it was revealed that his kidney was sold for $20.00, meaning the organizers of the scheme made a clean profit of $17.00. However, the price the young man paid was far more severe and life-changing. After a while, he developed kidney failure, and his health rapidly deteriorated. He became weaker and weaker, unable to move or even do simple tasks by the time the court trial took place. He was so weak that he couldn't attend the proceedings. Nevertheless, thanks to the efforts of his family and lawyers, they won the case, and he was awarded compensation of around $200.00. However, this did not restore his health. The doctors involved in the case were sentenced to 3 years in prison. But for the young man, this did little to change anything. He was left bedridden, completely dependent on his family. He couldn't work, couldn't live a normal life, and his only source of income became social welfare, which barely covered his daily needs. The iPhone, for which he had made such a terrible sacrifice, had long since become an outdated model, and his life had changed forever. This tragic case serves as a harsh and painful lesson, reminding everyone just how dangerous the pursuit of material goods can be, especially when it goes beyond rational limits. Sometimes, one wrong and thoughtless decision can forever change not only the life of the person who makes it, but also the lives of their loved ones.